Feeling like there should be more to life than positive EV betting? A-Train Station's interactive line history feature might be just what you need. Welcome to The Advantage. I'm A-Train Bets, and I use my brain to make bets. In this video, we're going to look at one new feature that A-Train Station has that nobody else is offering anything close. This is what we call our interactive line history feature. What this allows us to do is when we're interrogating particular bet markets, we can look and see how those lines in that bet market have changed over time up until now. And it's extremely powerful because it can help you identify patterns that you won't be able to see any other way. What we've done in the past is we've had on our bet detail screen line history shown by these lines that you see. These lines have three different colors. One is the dark green, there's a light green, and then there's a off-white, basically. And those are the three collections of how much line movement. And so anything that is dark green defaults to the longest period of time. It defaults to 20 minutes. Anything that is light green defaults between 20 and 5 minutes, and anything that's white happened in the last 5 minutes. Now, these are configurable in your station settings page. Most recent line movement range and second most recent line movement range are attributed to these colors, right? So you can change that. This becomes really powerful now with what we're going to be able to do, which is see line history as it changes. The other tools out there basically take one of two approaches. They don't even have something like what we do. What they do instead is that they'll let you click onto one book and they'll show you that line history for that book. Or they'll show you this crazy spaghetti diagram of all the changes for all the line movements all the time. Neither one. Very helpful in driving a decision. What we do uniquely well at A-Train Station is help you decide in the moment when you're trying to figure out, do I want to make a bet or not? We give you the tools you need to do that in that moment where you are making a betting decision. So we started by giving you what we could in terms of, okay, how far has this line moved over the past amount of time? But now, what you'll see now are these various controls to help us roll back and forward on the line history. So what we start with, and we've been sitting here for a couple of minutes, so let's hit live. Live is going to say, okay, we've been on this page for 2 minutes while we're recording the video. Nothing material has changed. What we can do is let's go back to the open. We're going to go back to where the opening of the initial lines in this market took place. We see these were first dropped at 2:37 in the morning. Caesars was the first to market along with William Hill. They're best buds. They're Siamese twins over there at Caesars. And so you can see they were the first ones to offer lines. Now we have a few different selections that we can choose to go through. And we're not talking strategy in this video. We are talking, here's how the functionality works. So you can see I hit the live button that effectively refreshes the lines. Here we have the open button, which we just pressed, and see we have Caesars and William Hill were the first to markets. Now, this is what we call the seek on either direction. This, where did we see these numbers before? It's the same numbers that we set in the station settings, right? Most recent and second most recent. And so if you want to change those will change here. And what these do is take us back 20 minutes or 5 minutes respectively, or forward 5 minutes or 20 minutes respectively. And so that is really powerful because now you can start to see, and what you'll see is the lines as they change. So now what will happen? Oh, see, right after the next 20 minutes after Caesars dropped their lines, a bunch more lines came into the market and some had even moved, right? So you could see the 2:57 a.m., this 20 minutes later, we've got some line movement, and they had moved more than 15 minutes ago. We could actually go back. So here's the original thing. We can step 5 minutes. You'd see, oh, look, here's where the white line is. These lines dropped right after Caesars. Now we keep going 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. Now we're back to that 20-minute mark. Now what we might do is say, well, it's the middle of the night when these lines came out. Let's now seek forward. So this is going to do what this does. When I hit this, it will be 20 minutes minimum, and then whenever the next movement happened after that. So let's check it. This 21 minutes. Okay, 21 minutes. We seeked. Is that a word? Fine. It's a word now. Seeked forward, and we're going to go 3 hours. So we hit it again, 3 hours. So those lines had come in. DraftKings and Barley Play have just entered the market and started moving. Fine. And so this is literally a step. So if I wanted to say, okay, well, we just went forward 3 hours, let's step back one to see what happened. Oh, it was a parlay. Now we can go back here. Oh, it was a DraftKings line movement, right? So now you can see going forward, step, step, step. This is what happens. Each change that happens, you can see. And if there's multiple changes that happen at one time, that'll happen. So you can go very fine-grained control. But a lot of times what we'll do is we'll use the seek button to see how this market has evolved from the very beginning. And you can see this pop up of how long you're jumping forward on each one. And eventually you'll get to the point, we're recording this at 10:23 in the morning on the 11th. And you can see we're now at now, right? We're now at now. And so we hit live 7 seconds forward into the future. And what's cool is that none of these lines, once you get this onto a page, none of these lines are going to shift their order. They're going to go back and forth and you're going to see that line movement. But this gets really powerful. When you want to see, okay, what's happened? You see something pop into your search page saying, hey, here's a positive EV opportunity. You can just jump in and say, okay, well, let's go back 20 minutes. Let's see what happened. Okay, this line movement happened a little while ago. All right, let's jump forward 5 minutes at a time. Okay, we can see a little bit. We can see a little bit. We can see a little bit. Now the market's sitting around. It's sitting. It's like, okay, we're all pretty good here. So this Chucky Hepburn points under 15 and a hook might be worth playing a BetMGM, but you can at least see, hey, they moved. They're okay with it. We think they might be a little bit off the market. They were calculating at a 3.36 based on our weighting sets, based on our book set. We have all this information at your fingertips. You can see the stats alignment. We got videos that cover all of these things. But the power is in being able to watch this market evolve over time. That's what this functionality is really intended to do. You can dive in to individual books and look at the line movements or whatever, but that doesn't tell you how the market's changed. Remember, the core, the key to positive EV betting is analyzing the market. Getting to the truth in this no vig line is at the core of everything that we do with positive EV betting. But if you can then say, hey, I'm sensing these guys are just off, or I'm sensing, hey, there's been movement and these guys are lagging and they're going to continue to lag until they snap forward. We want to get on that bet before they snap forward. There's a lot of different strategies that come with this functionality, but this functionality is designed to be something that you can use quickly in evaluating a bet market so that you can decide, do I want to make this BetMGM bet or not, right? Do I want to make this play or not? And so let's look at a couple more. I'm going to go over here and refresh our search page and see what else is popping in. DeAndre Hunter points over 17.5. Look what we see here. We've got a few sharp books, including Novig, which is an exchange. You got Pinnacle, who's moved and then moved all the way over from last 5 minutes, moved back. Let's just bounce back 20 minutes. Look at that. 20 minutes. This market looked entirely different. Wasn't a play when we first brought up that search when we were starting the video. Now it is. Well, we're 20 minutes in the past. Let's go 5 minutes ahead. Okay, nothing happened. 5 minutes more. Okay, and nothing happened there. 5 minutes more. Oh, look at Pinnacle. So this is a common pattern you're going to see. Pinnacle moves. What's going to happen? Everybody's going to follow Pinnacle, right? So you see Pinnacle moves first. Go jump 5 minutes into the future. Now Novig follows suit, right? DraftKings hasn't moved in a while. They're kind of sitting out there. So what you can see is, okay, if Pinnacle's right and Pinnacle stayed, right? So what you see is that Pinnacle went all the way over to the left. Then they moved a little bit back. So they're retracting slightly, but they're not snapping back, right? This has been out here for, 5 to 20 minutes now, so 15 minutes more. They have not snapped back. We go right to live. Nothing else has changed. I'm looking at, okay, Pinnacle picked up on something. They've moved. Others are going to follow, right? Because it's Pinnacle, so you got a bunch of little followers following on Pinnacle. But then you've got DraftKings at minus 105 sitting out there with a line that's now 4-point arbitrage with Pinnacle. This is a play you want to make. DeAndre Hunter points over 17.5. You can feel that market's going to slide to the left. DraftKings is just hung out. They're hung out to dry. And then you look at the market overall and you're like, in the last 10 games, he's done it 70% of the time and the last 7 times in a row. This is a play you want to make. Honestly, I'm going to go make this play right now. You hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. Due to the magic of editing, we won't have you wait and watch the whole thing, but I'm back already now. So now that was a play I liked so much. The cowards at DraftKings only let me put $42 on it, but that's okay. I love this play because I could see that line movement in real time. They say, a picture paints 1,000 words. What's a movie paint, right? What's a movie paint? And that's what we've got now, is that we can see this line movement happen accelerated over time, and you can jump to the key information. We design these tools at A-Train Station so that you have exactly what you need to make betting decisions. And that is why this is the most powerful sports betting analytics software that exists out there. That's why everything we do, it may not be the prettiest. I think it's gorgeous because it's my baby, but it may not be the prettiest, but every single pixel on the screen is in a place for a reason. And when that is true, when that happens, you have the most powerful decision-making software you can find. And that's why this play at DraftKings was such a slam dunk. It may win, it may lose, just like any other bets we make. But we have the power of data, and now we have the power of evaluating bet markets in motion over time to drive our betting decisions. There is nothing else like this available anywhere. So that's really what I wanted to cover in this video, just demonstrating some of the functionality that we've now been able to bring in to give you power that you've never had anywhere else. And with that, thank you for joining me today. We'll see you on the next one. For now, this train's leaving the station. Until next time, save the units for the bros and do your betting like the pros.